welcome back to the channel. I am very excited to have you today. We're just going to be doing a really quick, this is actually probably my quickest video yet. I just wanted to create a video for those of you that don't have 20 minutes or 15 minutes to sit down and dedicate time to take care of your body. I understand that sometimes days can get very, very busy. So I wanted to do a quick 5-minute stretching video just for those days that get away from us and we end up having a lot more things to do than we anticipated. So if today is one of those days, number one, I'm very sorry. And number two, just take this 5 minutes if that's one of the checklists that you wanted to check off your list today. But above all, get in God's word. So I would rather, if you haven't gotten in God's word today, I would rather you take this 5 minutes and go to his word first. So that being said, we aren't going to be needing anything, just a little blanket, and that's about it. So I'm going to grab a cup of coffee and I will meet you over there. So just be getting in a comfortable seated position. Again, like I start every video, if your knees are higher than your hips and your hips are really tight and uncomfortable, just take this blanket, prop it right underneath your hips to elevate them higher than your knees, and you can just sit here in a comfortable position. Just begin by having that tall, upright spine. We're gonna make sure our shoulders aren't up by our ears, but they're gently back and down into place. We're gonna lower our left ear to our left shoulder, pausing here. And to take the stretch a little bit deeper, we're going to take our right hand, placing it off to the side, reaching to the right side of our mat. We're going to take our left hand, gently placing it onto our right ear and drawing that left ear closer to our left shoulder. But we're not going to use any weight or force on this left hand. Just the weight of your hand will draw your left ear closer to that shoulder. And just pausing here where it feels good for you. Maybe walking those right fingertips out a little bit more to the right side of your mat. And if you want to slowly lower your chin towards the right armpit, just subtle movements. And coming back to left ear, left shoulder. And gently removing that left hand, coming up to center. We're going to now release that right ear to right shoulder. And now taking this left hand, placing it off to the left side of your mat. While you take this right hand, again placing it on the left ear and drawing that right ear a little bit closer to the right shoulder. Again with no force, just the weight of your hand. And just like the other side, if you want to take these left fingertips and walk them out towards the left side of your mat for a little bit deeper stretch. And making sure we're not holding on to our breath, but we're just breathing naturally and gently. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can gently and slowly with control lower your chin towards your left armpit now. And slowly coming up to center. So we're going to extend this left leg, keeping this right foot in towards you, flexing these toes up towards the sky. We're going to take this left hand, placing it on top of the right knee. We're going to draw this right arm up and over, reaching towards your left ankle. We're going to pause here where you feel that stretch all along the right side body. But again, just easing into these stretches, not trying to force anything. If you notice that you're holding onto your breath, that's a good indicator that you've gone a little bit too deep into the stretch. And you can just back off a little bit, just so that your breathing patterns are natural. Not that you should focus on your breathing at all, but it is a good indicator that you have gone too deep into the stretch. And now releasing this left hand from this right knee, we're going to twist our torso over towards that left leg, and with that tall neutral spine, fold over that left leg And rounding out the back, grabbing hold of this left ankle or towards the left ankle if that's comfortable for you. And shifting our fingertips over through center with that tall neutral spine. We're going to pause here. When it feels good for you, you can round at the back and fold forward and drawing your forehead towards the ground. If you can't reach the ground, you can stack your hands on top of each other. Just rest your forehead there, whatever's comfortable for you. And coming up to center. We're going to switch legs, now bringing this right leg, extending it off to the right, keeping this left foot in towards you. Again, taking this right hand, placing it over onto the left knee, drawing this left arm up and over, reaching towards that right ankle. Pausing where you feel the stretch all along the left side body. Again, just easing into these stretches. We're not really holding them for a long time. You don't really want to force yourself into these stretches. I'm just doing these quick stretches so it helps ease any tension that you guys are currently experiencing, but it's not going too deep into the stretch. And coming up to center, we're going to twist our torso over towards that right leg, and with that tall neutral spine, we're going to lean over that right leg, and when you're ready, round out the back and grabbing hold of that right ankle. And shifting our hands over towards center, we're going to come down to our forehead again. If it feels comfortable, you can stay here, or you can stack your hands on top of each other and rest your forehead on your hands. And slowly coming back up to center. We're going to now remove this blanket off to the side, and coming to the side of our mat, we're going to take our fingertips and placing them behind you towards your hips. We're going to maintain this tall neutral spine as you bend at the elbows, drawing your elbows in towards each other, and just pausing where you feel that gentle shoulder stretch. This stretch is really, really good for posture if you guys are at a desk all day, or if you're like me and just struggle with hunching over in general. Just pausing here for a couple seconds. Making sure you're squeezing your elbows in towards each other. And slowly coming back up. So we're going to actually come onto our knees now for one last stretch. So taking our right hand, grabbing hold of our left wrist, we're going to press our hands away from each other as you round out our back, drawing your shoulder blades away from each other as you lower your chin, tucking it to your chest, and pausing where you feel that gentle stretch, maybe adding some small subtle movements side to side if that feels good for you. And now interlacing your fingertips behind your back, extending those arms as you lift your chest, lift your gaze, and draw your hands away from your hips. And again, adding those small, subtle movements. And one more time, grabbing hold of that left wrist, pressing your hands away from each other, drawing your shoulder blades away from each other as you lower your chin to chest. And grabbing hold of your hands, interlacing your hands behind your back, extending your hands, lifting your chest, lifting your gaze. and coming back up to center. So that is it for the quickest video I think I've ever done. I hope that that was beneficial for you in just relieving any little aches and pains. The amount of time that you guys have, I understand again, these days can get really busy and hectic, but it is good to always take care of our bodies so that it doesn't build on and create bigger problems. So again, if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment with any feedback that you like. And yeah, I will see you guys next video. I want to actually do something a little bit differently next video. I think I'm going to post a video explaining why I came out of teaching Holy Yoga, although I didn't really know it was Holy Yoga at the time. But yeah, so I will see you next video.